folks.
Everybody, this is Future and Power and living my best life in Ghana. We got a little history note on location.
Memphis history right here.
Some Memphis history for y'all.
So y'all look and see what this says right here. First of all, it's the seal of Shelby County, Tennessee of agriculture and commerce. 1819. That's what this says right here. And this is the lynching of Lee Walker. This is absolutely some of the craziest crap that you have ever heard, but we're gonna give you a taste of Memphis and the taste of the States before we get up out of here. So let me read this for y'all. Make sure y'all can hear me. A mob estimated at 3,000 people gathered near this spot on the night of July 22nd, 1893. Now this is just, 74 years before the founding of the county, after the founding of the county. It's 74 years in, with the intent of breaking into the Shelby County Jail and seizing Lee Walker, a black prisoner accused of attempting to rape a young white woman 4 days earlier. Molly McCadden had reported that while horseback riding with her sister at Bond Station in northeast Shelby County, a young black man attempted to drag her off her horse and assault her. Now, how in the hell are you gonna drag somebody off a horse if they sitting on the horse, first of all? Okay, a search for the assailant began immediately. Newspapers described him as the monster, the Negro, the monster and the Negro fiend. On July 21st, Walker, who fit the assailant's description, as with most of us, we fit the goddamn description, was found and arrested at his parents' home south of New Albany, Mississippi. Now let me tell you how far New Albany, Mississippi is from here. On your way to Georgia from Tennessee, you have to pass through New Albany, Mississippi. It's physically impossible for this boy to have walked from New Albany, Mississippi to this point, northeast Memphis, which is further that way, rape somebody and walk all the damn way back to New Albany, Mississippi. Okay. Sheriff A.J. McClendon took Walker to the Shelby County Jail on the morning of July 22nd. After nightfall, the mob began gathering and growing outside the jail, threatening to lynch Walker.
Okay, let me do the other side.
All right, Fish gonna do the other side.
This is crazy. All right, a little bit of history.
Let me come on this
y'all
side.
know what we dealing with when we talking about this racism and white supremacy and drenched in the South. All right, the lynching of Lee Walker continued from the other side. Resistance by law enforcement to these threats was minimal as the mob used a section of railroad rail to batter in the jail door and the iron cell block gates confining the prisoners. Members of the mob dragged Walker from his cell, stripped him of his clothing, then beat and stabbed him as they took him outside. 2 blocks north, they hanged him from a telegraph pole. After Walker was dead, the mob burned his body, mutilated it for souvenirs, and dragged the corpse to the courthouse. Savagery. What remained of Walker's body was buried in Potter's Field. A grand jury indicted Sheriff McClendon, two police captains, a deputy sheriff, and several mob leaders in the lynching. However, prosecutors dropped the charges after they were unable to see the jury. Neither Molly McCadden nor her sister had an opportunity to identify Walker as the assailant himself. Okay?
Ain't this some shit?
This is in Memphis, Tennessee, where we from. Okay? And we wonder, this ain't just began. This terrorism that we experience has not just began. This is one of the many markers. One of the many, many markers that's here in Memphis, okay? Here in Memphis. Okay, baby, pause there. We're gonna show them the auction block. Pause. But one quick note, right here across the street from this marker, we downtown Memphis. There is the pyramid right there that they took and made into, what is the place called? We ain't never been in there since it's been this place. What is it? Bass Pro. They took and decimated the pyramid of our history, you know, and made that Bass Pro Shop. And across the street is another place where they used to sell slaves and keep slaves, right here in this building that still exists down here. Okay, so that's one of many notes of Memphis history. And now we're going to head to the auction block so y'all can see the actual auction block right here downtown in the city where we are. Okay, hold on. All right, we driving so y'all can see all of these buildings down here. These places have a long history of terrorism for black people, okay? This is A.W. Willis Street, and the pyramid is right there. And we're on Front Street. Sun is setting. There's another marker right there.
Ain't they got a plaque on it right there?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I know y'all don't know that this exists right here in this city, but this is an actual auction block. Okay, you see it behind this fence here? We come down here many a times to do our African rituals, to touch this block where our actual ancestors have been. It's got a marker on it as well. It's kind of outdated, or it needs to be revived so we can see this actual writing on here. But I just want you to see what our ancestors endured. This is right here at the Mississippi River itself. There is a butterfly. Yes, our ancestors are here. This is powerful. Look at this. This is a powerful, powerful thing. What y'all need to see is this block where our actual ancestors stood on this block, okay? Auctioned off. Then when we say auction block, we really mean auction block, okay? This is an auction block. This is a hard piece of concrete, stone.
That's like a piece of stone.
A stone is a hard piece of stone. And our ancestors were here.
They stood us on top of this.
Huh?
So they stood us on top of this, had us bolted in.
Yeah, it's a place where you can actually sit.
That's where the boats were. And they had you bolted in here, had the chain on you, stand up here. And this whole courtyard would be filled with Europeans out here to purchase you. It's cold.
Let me see, let's go over to this marker over here.
That's about the
Okay, it says Fort Adam, Fort Pike, 1797 and 98, with Chickasaw approval, Army Captain Isaac Guion erected the United States' first garrison in the mid-Mississippi Valley here October 1797. Initially named Fort Adams for the second U.S. president, the stockade was later called Fort Pike because Adams' name was transferred to a larger fort in Natchez, Mississippi. Fort Pike was vacated in 1798 when Fort Pickering was constructed on the higher part of the bluff. Now these pikes, Fort Adams and Fort Pikes. Albert Pike is the KKK.
Yes, and he had another intricate Masonic link.
So, you know, this is what we dealing with as African people. Always dealing with this trauma and all of this stuff that affects us all the time mentally, and wonder why our people are in the state that we're in. So when people ask, why black people can't do this? Why black people can't do that? Why black people can't do this and then the third? think about this auction block right here. Hell, do you know any other race of people that have dealt with this?
Then they rededicated this place and got it stamped in 1924.
Presented to the city of Memphis by Olivia Hill Grosvenor.
Through the colonial dames of Memphis and the state of Tennessee, October 23rd, 1924, which is when they put the actual, when they explain the history, that's when they put the stamp on here. And it was like a donation from them where they had, was here originally being the slave market.
Yeah.
Right here you had Auction Street, which is named for all these streets. Main Street was the main street you came to buy slaves from. All these buildings, if you're looking at all these old buildings, a lot of these buildings that still had the same brick on them from the 20s and the 1918, 1900s, early 1900s. And they used to have, like, we had the Cotton Exchange building down here to your left, where they exchanged cotton for slaves. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. And this, when they say cotton is king, this is what they talking about. Slavery, okay? Picking cotton. So don't think anything else. It's what it say. It's exactly what it say. So just a little history we want to give in this city where we were from, that our ancestors were brought to by force. You know what I'm saying? As a transition and movement to get us back to the land of our ancestors. That's why we so adamant of getting there. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe. Let everybody know living my best life in Ghana is the video, is the channel that you want to be a part of. We love y'all. Peace.